Hello there, YouTube. My name's Frankie. For those who don't know me, I've been a nomad traveler for almost 5 years. I've hitchhiked, I've hopped freight trains, 4 of them, and I'm on my next mission. Um, Man, the Most High. Let's give praises to the Most High, right? Because without Him, none of this would have been possible for any of us to experience, right? Praise Yahovah Sebaot. Yeshua HaMashiach. Anyways, for the last 5 years, I've traveled up the coast of California, up and down. Even made it as far as Central Oregon. And man, oh man, bro, it was quite the journey, dude. It was quite the journey, bro. Because I'm like 29 now, and I was like, what, 24? And I'm going to be 30. And so it's been a really interesting, rough, but yet fascinating 5-6 years. And I literally gave up everything, man. Not that I wanted to, but everything I held dear I had to let go, because it wasn't like serving my growth or nurturing like my spirit. You feel me? Like, there's things that'll nurture your spirit, but then there's definitely things that'll choke your soul, man. And like, we just gotta be like mindful of like what our focus is on, right? Because like, for me, like, if I'm not focused on the good things, then I start to see more of the bad things. I start to tune into that frequency. And so it's like, we just gotta be mindful, man. Right? Because we don't battle against flesh and blood. We battle against spirits and principalities in the Shamayim places, right? The heavenly realms, higher levels of existence. And so in my mind, I'm like, you see, that's how backwards society has it, right? Is that like, they have you identifying with your 5 physical senses of what you could perceive, right? But there's so much more going on underneath the surface. And it's like the more you tap in and the more you awaken with the Father and the Son, like, He'll just start showing you things like beyond the layers of reality. Even though we all know, like, He is ultimate reality, right? Because Jehovah is consciousness. Literally, He is consciousness. And I don't even want to say He's consciousness. Like, I just want to say, like, you can't really put a name on something that isn't something, but is everything, because it formed everything. But He has no form. And if He does, whew, whew. All this to say that like society's got the people focusing on the things outside of themselves rather than tapping into themselves and discovering what's actually there. And the more you tap in, the more He will show you things. But you got to be in alignment with Him first, right? Because if you're not in alignment with Him first, then you can get thrown into whatever delusion, man, right? Because in my mind, I'm thinking like, there's clarity with the Father. There's a sense of like certainty, to where there is no anxiety, and you're just kind of like sitting in the sense of clarity, where it's just like, You're just present. You're just there. You're in that sweet spot to where you're more just like in the sense of just like being, you know what I mean? It's like you'll discover that in the stillness and the silence. Real stillness, real silence. Silence of your heart and mind. And just observe and hear nature. Right? So I lost everything, man. Everything. My loved ones. And they'll tell you, oh no, he walked out. You guys saw me a certain way, but you couldn't see who I truly was and who I was becoming. You wouldn't acknowledge it. You wanted to hold that frame or ideal of who you thought I was, right? Because of what you saw on the surface level, right? Don't take offense to it, I'm just saying. But the Most High showed me and humbled me, because what's in me is in everything, in all things. And me, what you're seeing with your two eyes, this physical body speaking, this ain't me. Who am I? There is no me. I am Jehovah observing itself in physical form, experiencing itself in physical form in this space-time frame of reality for this one brief moment in time. Because we know that if Jehovah is consciousness, right, and all things came from him, Yeshua is the forward motion of the spoken word. He is the vibration, energy, and intent that was sent forth from Jehovah's consciousness, entire descent. My bad. His intent and desire, right, through the spoken word and the frequency and the vibrations of the 22 Hebrew letters, Yeshua, Jesus, formed everything into existence through his light. He is the light. But the light came from Jehovah, right? Because Jehovah is the Father and Yeshua is the Son, right? And this is something that he gave me, right? Because Yeshua is the firstborn creation, right? And because Jehovah is the consciousness and Yeshua is the firstborn creation, the extension of Jehovah's consciousness, Yeshua is almost like the primordial substance of the universe. And through Yeshua and the energy and the substance, Jehovah spoke the world into existence, physical matter, through the spiritual energy current of the vibration. I'm telling you, bro, he's got me on something, man. He's got me on some higher level stuff. This isn't like stuff coming out my butt. This is like spiritual wisdom that I receive from the Father, because I am a willing vessel and servant to receive the wisdom and knowledge. I put in the work. It's hard, dude. Soul, gut wrenching. And for the chosen ones in the word, y'all know what I'm talking about, dude. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Breed, new breed, my dude. It's like, there's times where I'll listen and watch new breed stuff, right? And if y'all don't know him, look him up. He's pretty cool. New breed global truth, bro. That's my dude, bro. Gotta shout out some love to him, bro. Because when I hear him speak, he speaks the word. And not only does he speak the word, but I can feel Jehovah and his spirit, Yeshua, speaking through the man. You see? There's a certain power that we get from being in the word, man. And there's a certain kind of richness and intimacy that comes with it. To me, it's almost like the Hebrew letters is like the electrical sparks and currents, vessels or frequencies, whatever you want to call it, that can shift and mold things into reality or existence, however you want to see it and perceive it, right? But yeah, he's got me on that, dude. And so, like, for the last 6 years that I've traveled being houseless, I don't say homeless, dude, because the earth is my home. I'll speak on that anywhere I go. Nobody owns the land. The land is an organism, just like us. And yeah, the plants have consciousness too, bro. Because all things come from Jehovah. And all things came from Yeshua, bro. Jehovah, Yeshua, bro. They're the same. Except one was the first and the other one is the last, and he's the first too, though. It's not that hard when he breaks it down to you. Yeshua is the Son because he is the firstborn creation. He came straight from the Father, spiritually speaking too. And he is also the energy and substance that's forming everything into existence. There's a science to this too, man. Right now he's trying to teach me like don't take things personal, bro. Like really try not to, man. Like I know it's easier said than done, right? Because I'm still dealing with my own traumas and stuff, bro. It's hard. And there's days, like I say, it's gut wrenching, like to where it's just like I don't even want to go out. I don't want to see nobody. I just want to be somewhere out in the woods where the river is, you know? But Jehovah and Yeshua, like he don't want us to like, it hurts talking about this, but I have to because he's speaking through me and I have to share this with people because there's someone out there that needs to hear this, bro. Like I love him, man. I love him more than life. More than life. He is my life, Yeshua. Without him, I wouldn't be the man who I am. But I'm much more than man, right? Spirit, energy, consciousness, frequency, vibrations, love, light. And so now he's trying to get me to pretty much walk in my spiritual identity, right? And I don't like to use the word identity, but he wants me to walk in that kind of awareness of the truth, who we are, what we are, and to just walk in the manner that he would have us walk. Like he gave us the word, so it's like we don't really have to do much. We just got to do what he wants us to do, period. And what does he want us to do? To be good to ourselves and to be good to our neighbors, dude. And who are our neighbors? The people who are decent to us. They don't have to agree with our belief system or our faith, but they don't spit on us. They're good to us, right? And for the ones that are evil to us, he says to overcome evil with good. But there's levels to this, and there's definitely severities to these things to where it's like I don't hold it against man for lashing out, bro, like out of his weakness, bro, because all of us are subject to weakness. However, and this is where it gets tough, you're probably going to shoot me for saying this. We have to have that discipline and the faith and the trust to know that he is in us and with us and experiencing this through us. And that we're not alone, especially when we're enduring those trials and the warfare, the persecution, when we're suffering against people coming against us, people trying to do harm to us, right? He wants us, his kids, to be able to just like put our full trust in him. Scary, I know, right? Someone I can't even see. However, if we're his kids, he can speak to us. So it's like, I can't deny the presence and the fact that Jehovah and Yeshua is who they say they are. And he pretty much grew up with me, right? Because we're not separate from one another. We're just extensions of the all, so to speak. And so, like, all the pain, right? Like we got to know that the preciousness and richness of the spirit within us that came from the Shamayim above, that is eternal, that eternal part of us, that is more precious and sacred and rich, right? That the Father in us, the Spirit of Yeshua, is more sacred and kadosh and rich than any encroachments that this world will ever place on us, bro. Like he loves us, man. Bottom line. He even told me today, like, the world that we see, the fruits, the animals, the life, it was created for him and us. And he wanted to experience that simultaneously in oneness with us, in heart, mind, and in consciousness. You see? But if we don't make him our desire in his ways, then Satan comes with the desires of the flesh, the greed, the lust, the want, the pride, the anger, the jealousy, the envy, all that stuff, man. Like I don't even know how to put it in words. It's like they feel similar, but one brings destruction, the other one produces life. Through our obedience in the word and Yeshua, we get the fruits of the spirit from the word and obeying the word through our obedience. It'll take root in us and it'll give us spiritual nutrients, man, to where we grow spiritually first. And in doing so, our physicality and our genetics switch and we just become more spirit aligned, less matter identified, attached, right? Because your attention is no longer placed on the things of this world, the physicality of these things. When you tap in, you become more energetic and lighter and free in nature, in structure as well. We're tapping into that part of us that is our true essence, that has been kept away from us, from the government, Satan, the world powers, because you can't control and dominate a populace who is in tuned to their true divine nature. So what do? They pit us against each other. But at the end of the day, it don't even matter what they do. Because what he taught me was it comes down to the individual and what's inside of their heart. Bottom line. So we can go look into all these conspiracies and all this shit outside of us. But at the end of the day, it really does start with the individual. And if we're not in alignment with him and our hearts are not in the right place, bro, there's hell to pay. The real stuff, man. But all that to say is what was sent to break me didn't. And if it did, it didn't stay broken, bro. Why? Because Jehovah and Yeshua come to heal what was broken and bind it, right? So right now, it's just a state of recovery, right? Recovering from the trauma, the battle wounds, and understanding that everyone is going through shit that we know nothing about. And we got to be more gentle with ourselves first, and then those around us, because we're only as hard on others as we are on ourselves. And I pray that we all can like to have the strength and trust in him that he's gonna push through, bro. Like he's gonna be there for us, and that he's gonna do it. All we gotta do is do our part, man, and keep pushing through. Keep putting him in front of us. He is our shield, our rock, and our sword, dude. He's literally in front of me, and I can feel his spirit standing in front of me, because he wants y'all to know that like we're done, bro. Like, we're gonna keep on fighting in battle no matter how we feel about the damn thing, even if it hurts. But we are done with the bullshit. Like, we don't mess around anymore. Pardon my French. I'm not even trying to cuss anymore. But it's like, dude, you really gotta unplug yourself from the matrix and just tap in, dude. Like, go to nature, get off of social media, get into your Bible if you got it, and meditate on the word, bro. Literally, tap in, bro. Because in nature, or in the country, you will find the Father and the Son. That's right. But if you're in the city, and I know some people got to stay in there, you got family, whatever, I get it. I'm just saying, if you're in the city, excuse me, just know that Lot's spirit was vexed in the city and that he had no peace. And that his wife turned back and was turned into a pillar of salt, dude. So what does that tell us? That there's no peace in the city because Jehovah does not reside in the cities, bro. The cities that we're seeing did not come from him, bro. That's all Satan's world, bro. The cities, the banks. That's all artificial, man-made, constructed reality, bro. It's not real. You see where I'm getting at? That they took the being, they took their consciousness, and they forced them to observe the outside world and identify with the five physical senses with no understanding or instruction in spiritual matters, spiritual terms. And I'm still a baby in the spirit, baby. But we're doing it, bro. We're doing it, and we're doing it the right way, right? We're putting him first. We're allowing him to show us things and for him to teach us and to slow down.